Ma'am Bridget Masango. Ma'am Bridget, welcome to the broadcast. Please, today's Women's Day. Can you tell us what this day means to you?
This day to me, I was saying to Karabo when we were on the track that I'm getting more emotional when I see a sea of women who have come here today, because there is hope always. As we women are hopeful people, there's hope that if I go to the next gathering, I might come back with answers to the issues that are troubling me and my family. So this day for me means the resilience of women. It means the women that have got such broad shoulders to carry things in silence, in prayer, and in small gatherings where they say, do you have an answer for me? I am facing this situation, and they will never go out to say anything until they can no longer hold it within them. So for me, it's speaking of resilience. It's speaking of courage for the women of this country in the midst of such an epidemic that they are facing in gender-based violence.
Absolutely, Ma'am Bridget. The Democratic Alliance has been speaking about gender-based violence and femicide for a very long time, but we haven't seen any real change in this country. You speak about the resilience of women, but how long can women be resilient for, Mambi?
The thing is, they can't. This is why I also said we cannot continue speaking any longer, because we are losing women. Literally on a daily basis, we lose a number of women to gender-based violence. We cannot abuse that resilience by keeping quiet. We need to make sure that we're in every space that we are in. We call and we make sure that action happens for women to receive the services that they need, especially to prevent, not to react when the damage is done, but to prevent it. This is why we are calling as the Democratic Alliance for economic growth, because when women are economically independent, they make better decisions, whether to stay or leave relationships. We need women in spaces where they are to be heard when they speak out about the situations they are facing. They don't need to be judged. We are saying, as the Democratic Alliance, let the economy be open for women. Let the economy be in such a way that women can earn enough to live their lives and the lives of their children without depending on the perpetrators of gender-based violence.
Absolutely, Mambi. And even though there's a lot of work to be done, we also have to commemorate all the women who has come before us, and women like yourself, Mambi, who continue to wake up every morning to fight for our rights. Now, I know that the Daily Maverick did a special on you, from barefoot schoolgirl to parliamentarian. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey?
You know, I can't be thankful enough to God Himself and to people who helped me, because I was number 6 of 9 children, and I cannot tell you why, but when things got really rough at home and there was no money to go to school, I just went to school, no shoes, but because my mother was behind me to say, I cannot, there's nothing I can do, but if you want to go, go. I will try to do whatever I can. And I went to school, walking no less than 34 kilometers to school. Yes, and going to school, coming back, and then it went on for years until I had the help of a now late teacher who paid for my schooling in high school, and then as they say, the rest is history. And so for me, it was an experience that to this day I can't explain what it is that caused that. But I always had that drive to say there must be something at the end of this. And also I was seeing, like you are talking about the women of 1956, when we were learning our history, those women were not there in the history that we learned. But I later shoulders I was standing. And that's my mother, my aunts in the community, my uncles, my brothers that were helping are the people that created that drive within me to say, one day something will change in my life.
Absolutely. And the amount of change you bring is amazing, and we thank you for your service.
DA at Work, rescuing South Africa.